guys, so I'm actually just arrived at the lab. I have to get my monthly blood work done. So I was supposed to do this Friday, but I ran kind of late when I left the house. Nothing new, you know. And I ran into an accident on the way, so it made me even later. So I'm here now to get it done. I absolutely despise this. And even since the virus, it's 10 times worse. I mean, the mask thing's no big deal, but it's just the way like they herd you around like you're cattle and like go this way, go that way, you know. And then I absolutely hate it, you guys. Like I wish I didn't have to do this for so many reasons, but I have to. So I'm supposed to see my oncologist in Pittsburgh on the 20th of this month. Today is the 10th, but I don't know if he's going to have me come in or if he is just going to have me do another like video chat visit. So this blood work will probably determine that. Fingers crossed and prayers that everything goes good. I usually find out in like the next 8 to 10 hours if the video, or if the blood work is okay. I don't know why. I was just thinking to myself, people are probably like driving all around me like, why is she videoing herself? Like, what is she doing? Anyways, I don't care. Whatever. So anyways, all right, you guys, I'm gonna head in and get this over with because they're actually only open for another hour and it looks like they're semi-busy for like the restrictions. So this could be a wait. And then I'm thinking about maybe going to the Dollar Tree after this again. I don't know yet. I haven't decided, but all right. So for anyone wondering what kind of blood work I actually do get done every 4 weeks, I get a CBC done, which checks like all of my, like your complete blood count, you know, like your red blood cells, your white blood cells, anything, you know, all of my NutriPanels, anything that has to do with like where leukemia would attack, like all those blood cells. And then I get a comp done, this comprehensive metabolic panel, which checks like liver functions, kidney functions, sugar, things like that. And then this, the lactate, this is basically an LDH. This just checks to see if there's like damage in your tissue and stuff. And I always do have some damage, probably most likely because of my ulcerative colitis diagnosis, and then because of the leukemia diagnosis. But so this is what my weekly blood work or my every 4 week monthly rather blood work looks like. So yay. So you guys, I'm not really a superstitious person, but ever since I got diagnosed with leukemia, I do have some superstitions. So I always wear these 2 bracelets. I save these for lab day, and it's one that my mom got me while I was, the black one my mom got me, it says fight like a boss. I got when I was in treatment, and this one, the warrior one, it says fight. It's twisted. It says fight with Mackenzie, warrior, and no one fights alone. I had that one. It was specially made after treatment. So, and then I always wear my cross ring, and I always have my cross earrings in. So, all right, well, let's get in there. Okay guys, I just finished up in the lab. I'm all done. That really wasn't that bad. I went in at like 1:30 and it's like 1:58. So not too bad. They weren't as busy as they looked. A lot of it was for radiology. Like all these cars, apparently if you have an appointment for x-ray or ultrasound or any of that stuff, they're having you stay in your vehicle and then, you know, like paging you when it's your turn. So the only people inside were actually like lab, and there was only like maybe 8. I don't know, but it was pretty quick. Other than the really rude girl at reception checking me in, it was a pretty smooth day. I usually don't deal with rude people, not to kind of like play a cancer card, but it's kind of like once they see that diagnosis, they're like, oh, and people shift so fast. Like it's funny, and she shifted a little bit once I like handed her my lab slip, but I don't know. She was a little bit rude. But anyways, whatever. Maybe she's having a bad day. It's Monday. So other than bleeding pretty heavily, that's what I'm kind of waiting on. I have my arm propped up, trying to let the bleeding calm down. I don't know why. Sometimes I bleed really, really bad after. Sometimes I don't. So for whatever reason, it decided to bleed today. And I always am like, I always immediately go to freak out mode. Like, oh no, my platelets are low. which is your clotting factor in your blood. But it could be anything. It could be like I drank a lot of water on my way here. It could be just, I don't know, I wasn't carrying a purse. Usually I carry my purse on that arm, and I'm like, oh, it's the weight of my purse. So I didn't have a purse today. It could be anything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always usually a good bleeder, and my platelets never really came back up super high ever since chemo. So they do get pretty low sometimes, and I actually did take a NSAID this morning because I was having a lot of back pain, so that could be the reason too. There is some aspirin, you know, obviously NSAID is aspirin, it's ibuprofen, so of course it's aspirin based. But anyways, we're just going to put that all out of our head. We're going to say a couple prayers and just pray that everything comes back good. And that's it. So I think I am going to head out to Dollar Tree. We kind of have a larger Dollar Tree. It's a little further out than I like to go. It's about 20 more minutes out. So it'll be like a 45-minute ride home, but that's okay. You know, get a little bit of time away from the kids. Isn't that a shame? I love them dearly, but mama needs a break. So I think we're going to do that. I just see that I have garbage in the back of my car. Oh, well. I took boxes out to like where we can take boxes to. Because like of all my big shipments, and apparently some of the stuff slid and I didn't make it out. But anyways, so I'm going to check in at home with the hubby, see how he's doing. He's laid up with some back issues, but see how he's feeling. And then I'm going to check on the girls, and then I think I might go out to Dollar Tree. We will see. I know I'm really wiggly. I'm holding you with like one hand. But, all right, if I go to Dollar Tree, I'll try to film some stuff. So, yay. So, this is what I do when I can't sleep. Or when I have a bad dream. And wake up in tears, kind of like I did tonight. I eat olives. I don't always eat olives in bed. But it sounded good. It's kind of something you would think you would do when you're pregnant at 2:30 in the morning, is eat olives, but nope. Just had a death nightmare, so now I'm awake and eating my feelings apparently, and they're olives. I don't know, but the lighting's bad. I'm recording on my phone. It's the middle of the night. I have no makeup on. You can see my breakouts. My hair is in a wet, messy bun from my shower. I just went to bed at like, well, really, I think I only fell asleep for like a half an hour maybe. Just took a shower at like 12:30. I was up editing a video for a long time, and then everybody was asleep, so I just stayed up and continued to edit. And then I cleaned up the kitchen and got a shower and took my medication, and here I am. But anyways, this is the part that I don't talk about. This is the part that people don't see. This is the part that I'm quiet about, you know. I don't talk about the nightmares. I don't talk about how much sleep I lose at night. I don't talk about the pain, the physical and mental. I don't talk about that. Nobody wants to hear about that, you know. So, but I'm coming at this raw and real. So when I wake up in the middle of the night from a nightmare and tears, or I can't sleep and I'm eating olives in bed at 2:30 in the morning, watching CNN, I'm gonna vlog. So this is just part of it. This is what I do. This is life with cancer, guys. The nightmares don't go away. The fear doesn't go away. And I'm going to be really real with you, I think. Starting this vlog and talking more about my cancer and kind of rehashing it and just going over it and I think that is kind of maybe starting to get to me a little bit. Like nothing, it's just, I don't talk about it. So I kind of put it somewhere. Well, guys, I am looking like a snack right now. But I just kind of put it somewhere in my mind where I don't talk about it. I don't think about it. I just put it away. And by talking about it more on the vlog and digging it out, of course it's bringing all the emotions and everything with it. So I'm having a little bit of anxiety with that. But I think that's just something that I literally need to work through. My lampshade's crooked and it's driving me crazy. It's on Jared's side of the bed, that's why. But I don't know. I need to mentally get my mind around this. And sometimes, like I said in my first vlog ever, sometimes I still look in the mirror and I'm like, what? You have cancer? No way. No way, There's no way that's real. But it's very real. And now I've been living with it for 2 years. I don't know. There's just a lot going on. But so I just wanted to share with you guys what I do when I wake up at the middle of the night from a nightmare about being buried alive. Terrible dreams. But anyways, I eat olives. Hey guys, so don't mind if I echo a little bit. I'm actually in a pavilion at our local park, and I'm being blinded because the sun is starting to set and it's coming down like right here in front of me. But I want to show you, like, I'm in this pavilion, but like here's the park part. Like there's a little playground back there. It's so super cute. And then over here is like a baseball field, and then as you're leaving the park, it's like a little football field. But you can see like the pavilion I'm in. And over there is a swing set. I'm not quite sure what all I'm showing you. There we go. But it is, it's really, really cute. And it's kind of a shame, like, we haven't got to frequent it very much this summer. Because of the virus. Because you just don't know, you know what I mean? Just gotta be better safe than sorry. And we have a swing set and stuff in our home and everything. But, it's something different. They like to come here and play and like play on the jungle gym and stuff, and like I definitely don't have a sandbox in my house because I absolutely cannot stand sand. So anyways, I came out here because my girls love to be a part of my vlogging so much that it's very difficult to get some parts of it filmed without them, and I kind of wanted to have a quick like little heart-to-heart talk with you on this vlog without them. So I mean, if you have kids, you know how it is. Sometimes you need to have a conversation without a child. Uninterrupted is why I need to be uninterrupted. And I've already been interrupted a lot by like people coming in and I don't know, when you live in a really local, like a rural area like this, and everybody's really local to you and knows you, and they're driving by and they're looking at you talking to a camera, it's like, what is he doing? So if you're my neighbor and you watch this, now you know. But anyways, so I just want to talk to you a little bit about the blood work that I had done. I wanted to let you know how everything went. Everything went really good. My results were good. I get my results back like later on in the evening. It's probably like I got my blood drawn probably like around 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had my results back by like 8:30 that night. And I get them online, which is really, really nice because I could not wait till the next day for my doctor's office to call, or they don't call. No news is good news. So everything was good. My white blood count was really good. My red blood count was good. My platelets were a little bit low, not abnormally low. They were at 179. The abnormal is like 150 and below. And then like really, really good is like 200 and above. So I'm not quite sure, why my platelets do that, like why they don't come up to, like over 200. Before I started chemo, they were definitely over 200, even during, before my leukemia was caught. So if you have AML or you know anybody with AML or leukemia, like drop me a comment and let me know if that's something normal for you, if your platelets just have a hard time rising, Or if you don't feel comfortable with that, you can always follow me over on Instagram and send me a message anytime with any questions or any comments you want to let me know if you want to keep it more private. I know up until this point I've been so private about my cancer journey. That's why everything is like post-treatment. But anyway, so I just want to update you guys and let you know that the blood work was good. So I'm supposed to see my doctor this coming Thursday, which is August 20th. I haven't seen him since February due to the virus. I did have a video like call with him in May, and I haven't had a bone marrow since October. And then he did the genetic testing looking for my certain like mutation of my AML. There's like different mutations that you can have, and there was nothing found in my blood back in May or February. So I was due for that blood work again. I get it every 3 months, and I was due for that specific blood work again in May, but obviously because they can only do it at my hospital in Pittsburgh, and we didn't go, I didn't have it done. So I have a feeling he's gonna want me to come in because it's been 6 months now since that blood work, and basically it's kind of like the bone marrow biopsy, but it's just a way easier testing. If you've ever had a bone marrow biopsy done, or if you know anything about it, it can be super painful. It causes a lot of like later on problems. I have a ton of back pain all the time because I think I've had like 5 or 6 at this point. I do receive my bone marrows under CT observation due to I'm a childbearing woman. So my hips have grown and went their own way. And so they go in through my iliac, which is basically like right above your, you know, where the good Lord split you. And they go in there. So I have like all these little scars like around that area, and then they go over kind of like left cheek, right cheek, you know, or in that general area. So I actually do suffer from a lot of back and hip pain from all the biopsies. So the blood work is kind of nice because they don't have to go into my spine and, you know, or my bone and drill and take pieces of bone and all that. So, and it does look for that specific mutation. I actually have, I have acute myeloid leukemia with inversion 16. If you have leukemia, or you know someone with leukemia, or you have education or knowledge about leukemia, because trust me, you guys, I didn't recognize any of this terminology, and you know, it took me a while to wrap my head around it, because you have different kinds of leukemia, and then you have different branches off of that, and it's a lot to take in. So I don't want to get into all that with you guys today, but I have the AML inversion 16. So if you're familiar with that, you know what I'm talking about. It is one of the most treatable like mutations, shall we say. But so that's what they check my blood for, to see if my cells have mutated. You know, if it picks up that mutation or a genetic mutation, then it knows, okay, something's not quite right in her blood, and then they would go in for a bone marrow. So knock on wood, because I'm sitting in a wooden picking table, and biggest prayers ever, that if that blood work does get performed on this coming Thursday, that everything is super smooth and everything goes good, because I definitely do not want to have to deal with that. Going in for bone marrow, and of course, in worst case scenario, would be a relapse. But so other than, you know, anxiety always being high, I'm just watching cars. Anxiety always being high, and, you know, just dealing with the everyday life of leukemia. I feel like I've been pretty good lately. When my blood comes back, it's been a week since, tomorrow will be a week since my blood work has been done. Actually, it would be today was a week it was done, because you're going to see this on Monday. I'm filming on Sunday, but you're going to see this Monday. I always kind of breathe easy for like a week or two, and then the anxiety definitely comes back into play. A lot of people have asked me, like, how do you mentally cope? And it's definitely a lot of mental, but when I physically feel good, it doesn't hit me so bad mentally. But lately I've had a lot of knee pain, a lot of leg cramps, a lot of leg pain, and a lot of back pain. Just achy. And I mean, I had blood work week ago, everything was fine, and I mean, I'm sure everything is fine, but I think it's just, you know, dealing with, you know, life after chemo. Chemo is extremely harsh on your body. I mean, it goes in there and kills all the bad, yes, but it also kills all the good. So if you know anybody who's gone through chemo and even radiation, it does a lot of awful things to your body, and while saving our life, and you pay for it. And I think being diagnosed at 33 and hopefully having you know, 50 years more. I mean, I'll deal with the pain, but sometimes it gets to you. You know what I mean? And sometimes when I have a lot of achy pain and things, because joint pain is also a symptom of leukemia, then I start to get really anxious and really afraid, like, is something wrong? So I've tried different things. I am on an anti-anxiety medication, and I'm very open about that. I was diagnosed with PTSD because I had nightmares like you saw earlier in this. I still suffer from the nightmares, not as often, but there was a point where I wasn't sleeping, and I still definitely suffer from, you know, just the everyday anxiety. Is kind of like survivor's remorse and just all the things you can feel for PTSD, flashbacks, certain smells, or certain soaps I had to stop using, certain shampoos I had to stop using. There's a specific tea that Jared absolutely loves, and we drank it all the time when I was in the hospital because I loved it, and I haven't been able to drink it since. And he's like, why won't you drink it? I buy it for you. I'm like, because it reminds me of the hospital. I can't do it. So there's definitely some things that, you know, I don't want to say it's superstition, but there are definitely some things that you have a hard time kind of going back to. Certain TV show Friends, I watched it all the time in the hospital. I can't stand to watch it anymore. You know, just certain things like that. I mean, when you've been through something so traumatic, it's definitely going to follow you, and you're definitely going to have triggers, and you're definitely going to have reminders every day, and you would just prefer not to be reminded. That is why up until like this point, 2 years out, I wanted absolutely no documentation. There's no pictures, there's no videos, there's no nothing. I did have a diary that I was writing in while I was in the hospital, while I was still like coherent, but it actually came up missing. I have no idea where it is. It disappeared. So I don't have any documentation, and what I remember is enough. You know, there are parts of my memory that are gone, and that is what I prefer. What I remember is enough, and that's how I like it to be. So I don't know, I want to do more videos like this where I kind of let you guys in on that part. So let me know, give this video a like, or drop me a comment if you guys want to hear more about the cancer journey, more about what I went through, more about, you know, how I get through it day to day, dealing with PTSD and anxiety and a little bit of depression and things like that. You know, let me know that stuff, because I want, you know, this is my journey, obviously, but I've been through, you know, from the very first time you hear it till, you know, today talking about it, there's a lot of things that happen. And of course, like I said, we go through our everyday life, you know, we can put it in the back of our brain, we can keep going, and there are days that we just can't shake it. And usually around blood work time is when I like really can't shake it. And then lately, probably for like the past month or so, I've been having a hard time shaking it. And I think that I just get to the point that I am so afraid, because I'm getting further and further away. It's been 2 years, you know what I mean? I was diagnosed a little over 2 years ago. And actually yesterday, August 15th, was the day I got to come home. I left July 15th, and I was in the hospital consecutively until August 15th for my first round of chemo, and then I did 4 more rounds where I would go in and I would stay for a week at a time. So I spent a lot of time away from my family, which was definitely the hardest. And I think because of the virus right now, and the fear of it relapsing is always there every single day. There's a motorcycle going by. Hold on, it might be a little loud. Anyways, that fear, the further out you get, that fear definitely gets a little bit stronger, because you just don't know, you know, like if it would come back at this point, it rocks your world for sure, a cancer diagnosis. And then the further away you get from initial diagnosis and getting out of treatment and getting back to normal life, it'll rock your world again, you know. And I mean, like, it's just some stuff, I don't know, sometimes I have some hard time putting things into words. That's why stuff like this is a little bit difficult, and I tend to not to really talk about things like this so much with people. But I definitely feel like there's somebody out there who needs to hear this, and, you know, who needs to know they're not alone. Because when you're in the hospital for 30 days, you know, I'd see my husband quite often. I didn't see my girls other than on FaceTime, or my mom or my grandfather. And I was lucky enough to have a couple aunts and uncles come visit me that were able to get in. It's definitely very lonely. You feel very alone. Even to this day, I feel quite alone. You know what I mean? But I know there's other people out there. But anyways, I don't want to babble and I don't want to ramble and make this a super long video. I just definitely wanted to update you guys on my blood work, and I just wanted to say thank you for all the subscribers. I am going to wrap this video up now. If you like this video, and like I said, if you want to hear more about my journey, definitely hit that like button. Follow me over on Instagram for daily updates and things, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and subscribe and share. All right, see you guys.